Hello there, my name is Rachel. The first time you see my channel, use to review cartoon series, anime series, so something completely random. And today we talk about Hilda, Season 2. And yes, it was glorious. This season was so surprising how well it actually was made. Especially little flaws it kind of fixed. We really didn't need to because Season 1 was great, but what you do with Season 2 to make it better. And I like it, the idea they have sort of a main villain connected to the town main hero, the first troll hunter called Albert. Albert is basically the cops who protects the town from trolls. The only difference is the trolls sort of stop attacking because they really don't need to, don't want to, and just leave it alone. But except for Albert being sort of paranoid, he's also very pompous. On top of that, he's looking for glory, always sort of pushing the limit of safety, also pushing the other animals or magical folk who just really doesn't want to do anything, but Albert keep pushing them to the point they want to attack them for basically for glory, for fame, to be infamous around everyone, know his name and his family legacy because his great-great-grandfather was the first troll hunter. But he's Albert sort of a lead that his grandfather was sort of accidental, the first troll hunter. Like he feels like he's basically his whole family was sort of a lie, and Albert trying to compensate or something like that. It sort of felt the story trying to put that narrative story in there. Besides that, Albert was an interesting villain because he was really trying to protect it, but at the same time he turned not to protect the town, to almost protecting himself just for glory. It was interesting because Albert is sort of kind of like Hilda if she didn't listen anymore, who pushed the limit. In fact, a lot of villains of Hilda are kind of represented of her, that pushing that line, that understanding this is too far, get out of your own business. One of the big examples is sort of the doctor, the professor who kind of leap like the weather. She came back and you trying to redeem herself, become a good person, but trying so far, so crazy things, they feel something what Hilda would do also, because you could see the reflection of her in every person she meets. That sort of this what you become if you don't calm down. I think one of the biggest examples is the time travel episode that Hilda trying to help the next one never fight when you reunite someone he loves, but he can never commit to it. He was too scared. And you see what happens is she interferes and pushes and almost collapses around her and destroying her life. And that's what's sort of interesting about this series. It's all about her. Yeah, you could be an explorer, but also be aware of what you're doing. Be understanding, yeah, should me slow down or not go into this situation because it's not my thing. This is not important to me. But Hilda is that little curious girl who wants to know. And I think that was sort of fascinating to explore with Hilda, that she is basically a double-edged sword, that she's an adventurer, but sometimes she understands maybe I should stop. But I love that also her companions get in the spotlight, like David and Frida. Because remember what I said at the very beginning of this review, they have little flaws that sort of fixed, but really didn't need it? Well, it's basically David and Frida, because there were certain complaints that David was too much on the series, but didn't do anything, and Frida was too little, but at the end she's the most interesting and important character more than David. This one they sort of fixed that and kind of understand how to use both characters. Like David, he has sort of a development, sort of understanding, yeah, I'm a coward, but I have to face my fear. And it kind of show him what happens, remove that sort of fear. In fact, it's a perfect episode. He sort of made sort of Vikings who kind of repeat the same fight over and over again for just sort of medallion who take your fear. When you take your fear, they become very unapologetic, stupid, and violent, and they don't use common sense. When you see David help the Vikings get the medallion, you see his fear removed from him, becoming this brave soldier. See, coming in combat right in front of his face. I mean, the boy saw violence and gore. The guy seen a person split in half right in front of him. without any censors. It's like you see this guy have seen stuff. I mean, you feel sorry for them because the fear he has is very important and it shows why he needs it. Luckily for him, when he literally died several times and finally gets it. Yeah, I kind of need fear to just to stay alive because I never have a chance to relive my life ever again. So I have to be careful. It really shows fear is very important to the person. It kind of leads you to survive, to see the next day, all these things through before you do something. You also like to actually focus also on Frida a little bit more, understanding she has a sort of talent that the rest of the trio doesn't have. She understands magic, but at the same time, she's not so sure she wants to or doesn't. With the help of Hilda pushing her to convince and be in a witch clan to understand her abilities. You like her sort of struggling. I mean, she is talented, but like she has her time to shine, time to understand. Yeah, she is equally important as the trio. I love that sort of respect of each character that need together to survive this crazy world. And you also stop the main villain of the series to understand, yeah, he's kind of crazy. All together as three can stop him. Yeah, I enjoyed that because this series was unbelievably incredible creative. You think you explore everything of the first season? No, there's actually even more stuff in between the worlds. And that is why this series is so great. The world building you think is done, but no, it's keep going. It's more stuff. Especially you get rewarded. You see the first season, you see all favorite characters come back and use them in a completely different way. One of the greatest characters, something you don't actually recognize the first time you watch, is the old lady Hilda meets on the first time she enters town. She's very important. You think she's a throwaway character. No, Rome Season 2 shows her how important as a character she really is. And something that you pay attention, the more you get rewarded. And that I just enjoy so much. This show has sort of connection to other characters with other problems, and you don't see the connection until the series decides to show you. And I think that's the greatest thing about this series, is that you don't expect things to happen. You think you predict things, but it's not the way you think it's going. And this show is just surprising. Also, the animation is great, the music is amazing. I mean, I cannot kiss this show's ass so much because how much I enjoy it. I got really nothing else to say. Just one question: did you enjoy this series? Comment down below. I got really nothing else to say. Just thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and have a wonderful day. Bye.